Hi everyone, it's Jill Celeste with YourBrandingPower.com, where entrepreneurs learn how to grow a magnetic personal brand so they can attract more clients to their business. Today I want to talk to you about how you can increase your visibility through your personal branding strategy. So for a lot of entrepreneurs, increasing visibility is a key objective of their personal branding strategy. Because if you are more visible, what that means is that you are going to get more well known, have a more positive reputation, and that usually results in attracting more of your ideal clients who are willing to pay your fees, and of course that means increased income. So visibility is often a big strategy that I use with my clients, and I want to share with you 4 tips so that you can work on increasing your visibility through your marketplace. So the first thing, one of the tried and true methods, is for you to do speeches and presentations. So what you want to do first is create what is called a signature talk. This is a presentation or a speech or both that you are going to be known for. It's going to be the speech, the presentation, that's sort of the gist of your business, the thing you're going to be delivering over and over again. So you want to create your signature talk first, because when you have that sort of in your back pocket, it makes you feel more confident and you're more aggressive or more assertive in seeking out speaking opportunities. And there really is no shortage of guest speaking opportunities out there. Your local chamber is always looking for people. Other networking groups are looking for guest presentation. Depending on your industry, often like local schools or churches, depending on what you do for a living, you really could spend every day doing a guest speech if you're willing to step out there in a big way. So what I recommend doing is just making a list of people to contact and going ahead and contacting them. Try to get 2 guest presentations a month, and that'll really give you the momentum. And what happens over time is that if you give these presentations, not only will you get better at it, but your reputation will increase, and then you'll be sought after for paid speaking opportunities, which are even better, of course. So make sure you start with the free ones, though, and make that an active part of your strategy. The second thing I want to talk to you about is writing articles. Now, what you want to make sure before you go out and approach a publication is that you are doing some writing on your blog. So that needs to be your first step. Then, after you get some blog posts under your belt, go ahead and look for third-party publications, websites, blogs that you could write a guest article for. Most of the big sites have their contributor guidelines right on the website, so you could just look for those. But for the smaller publications, you might need to email the editor or a reporter and find out how you can contribute to their blog or website. You want to start with the small ones first, and then as you get some of those under your belt, then approach the larger ones, because the larger publications will want to see evidence of your work. So if you have your blog already going and you have a few of these articles on the smaller publications, it'll make you more attractive to the larger publications, and more likely they'll go ahead and accept your submission. So that's the second thing I want you to consider. Third, I want you to think about media interviews. Now you might think, whoa, that's like for the big brands. Absolutely not. Media is always looking for a resource. So when you are thinking about media opportunities, start locally. Start with your local newspaper, your local news stations. And one of the best tactics is to first build a relationship with reporters. So research and see who's writing stories related to your industry, and then get to know that person. Most reporters are on Twitter. So I would, if you use Twitter, reach out, follow that person, and start to build a relationship. Retweet his or her tweets, comment on a story, build a relationship. It's not going to be a one-week kind of thing, but over time, you'll get to know that reporter comfortably enough to pitch a story. Make sure that reporter knows what your expertise is in, because local reporters especially want local resources, easy to obtain, very accessible resources, because they're often on a deadline and they want to be one phone call away from getting the information they need. So if you are nearby to them and you show your expertise and you have that rapport, you're going to get those media interviews. Don't forget too, podcasters are always looking for people to interview. Podcasting, there's some people with smaller audiences. Start there and then work your way up to the larger audience podcasts. But that's another type of media opportunity that you can pursue. The fourth thing is about networking and attending conferences. Now, the first 3 strategies are kind of push out, right? Pushing out content, pushing out your expertise. But you also need to come in from the other direction and be part of the crowd, so to speak. And that's where networking and going to conferences really help. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs will, do one weekly networking meeting, a couple, monthly meetings, and maybe attend a couple conferences every year. And that's great. So when you commit to doing a networking group, make sure you're there. Make sure you're a fixture at those meetings. But I want to encourage you to, because again, we're trying to increase your visibility, is to step out a little bit beyond those meetings that you normally attend. Maybe go to a meeting in another county or another city. Maybe you're part of a networking group that has multiple meeting locations. I know I'm in one that has, I think, 6 or 7 places where they meet. I tend to go to the one, but I could technically go to these other meeting locations and meet more people. So think about how you could stretch your networking even further to really gain visibility in different places. So hopefully these 4 tips have helped you figure out a way to make yourself more visible in your marketplace. If you are really dedicated to visibility, instituting all 4 of these tips will be the best way to get the most results for your personal branding strategy. If you need any other personal branding help, make sure you visit my website at yourbrandingpower.com. And until next time, here's to your personal branding success, and have a great day.